Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is. Um, Excuse the dogs. My dogs are out here with me and they want to be flowing with us. So you may hear some whining or barking in the background. This is a yoga flow with whiny dog symphony for the second trimester. I'm still early on in my second trimester, so I don't know everything that the rest of you ladies are experiencing. But before we get started, just a few things that I want to make sure of. Second trimester is known for lightheadedness. So if at any point coming up out of a posture or in a posture, whatever the case, you may be feeling lightheaded. Just sitting here, I'm a little bit lightheaded. So if you notice that, go ahead and just stop whatever it is that you're doing. You can just go find a child's pose and take a breath there. Just close your eyes and collect your breath. And then slowly open your eyes and see how you're feeling, okay? But don't feel the need to do exactly what I'm doing if in that moment you're lightheaded. Another thing is if you're further along in your second trimester and you have a bigger belly, we won't be doing a lot on our backs, but if we are on our backs and you start noticing numbness or tingling in your lower body and your legs, go ahead and get out of that posture. So I'll give you a modification for when we're in our Savasana. You can feel free to grab a block before we start, grab a bolster if you have one, or a few pillows, or a blanket or two, wrap them up. You can use those as props. And you may feel some tingling in our hands as we have them up in the air. If that's the case, just shake them out, maybe bring them down, up and down. I think that's all that I have to tell you to start with. My brain's a little foggy this morning. Some people may feel the heartburn when we're inverted. We won't be doing tons of inversions, but like in down dog or in child's pose, you may feel heartburn. So just notice that, notice what it makes you feel, and you can come out of that if you need. I would suggest for digestive troubles, either constipation or heartburn, any digestive issues we may be facing, papaya. Papaya has been a saving grace for me. And a lot of people don't like papaya, especially papaya in America. It's not super great, but unless you're in Hawaii, in which case you're so lucky. My trick to buying papaya, and I promise I'll be done with the papaya speech soon. My trick to buying papaya is when you go to the grocery store, sniff it. I like smaller papayas. I feel like smaller papayas are tastier, but sniff it, and if it smells like flowers, it's going to be a tasty papaya. If it doesn't smell like flowers, if it doesn't have like a pleasant aroma, just don't buy it because it will taste like diaper poop. Okay. Now that being said, we're going to start in a seat with our eyes closed and connecting to our breath. You can have your palms either on your knees or palms facing up. And just connect to your breath for a moment. If you'd like, you can put one hand on baby, one hand on your chest, on your heart, and just come to this spot. That's just for you. That's just for baby. We're going to slowly inhale to a count of 4. We'll hold it for 2, and we'll exhale for 4. Hold for 2. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale 4. Hold. 2 more like this on your own, at your own pace. Slowly start wiggling your fingertips, maybe rolling your neck up and down, side to side. Switching sides as you slowly flutter your eyes open. And come back to awareness. Open up your legs. Find a straddle, a seated straddle. Okay, and you can move your booty cheeks apart from each other. Just take a breath here. Inhale your arms up. Let's cactus them a little bit. Open up that chest. Inhale, come back to up. Reach towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Again, those of you who are later on in your pregnancy, you may be feeling more flexible. Don't push yourself just because you feel like an Olympic athlete, an Olympic gymnast, all the flexibility in the world. I don't want you to hurt yourself, so just be mindful and moderate in your stretching. Inhale, extend your crown. Exhale, fold forward a little deeper from your hips. Inhale, lengthen from your crown. Exhale, fold a little deeper. One more like this. Inhale, lengthen from the crown. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Roll your spine up and make your way into a tabletop position. Shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Just enjoy this position for a moment. Before we start, while I'm talking, I want you to wiggle your hips around, make little hip circles. I am going to be cueing our breath, and it's really important, not only in yoga or in life, but for our labor and for our birth, which still seems like so far away, that we learn to come to our breath. Our breath is like our safe space. It helps our body process, it helps our body do everything. So just be mindful as I cue the breath. Make sure that you are combining your breath with your movement. And this is going to help you when it comes time to labor too. So on your inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Maybe rock a little back and forth if that feels good on your lower back. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Inhale, drop your belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round your spine, cat. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Last cat, exhale. Cat pose, make it a good one. You can rock back and forth if you want, side to side. And then on your inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Extend your right arm forward, engaging your core, engaging your glutes, your pelvic floor. There should be like a tightening sensation as if we had to pee and we needed to hold it. So tighten. Extend your left leg back. Try to keep your hips from opening up. I want them to try to be as much in line as possible. We're going to take a breath here. Exhale. Now on your inhale, lift your arms, lift your leg. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring them down. Keep going. This is stabilizing our core. It's working our balance. It's working our pelvic floor. I'm currently obsessed with the pelvic floor just because I really want to make birth as easy as possible. And I already am peeing as I sneeze, and I haven't even given birth yet. So I'm really trying to strengthen the pelvic floor to help my recovery afterwards. Inhale here, hold. Exhale, hands and knee to the mat. Make little hip circles, maybe shoulder circles. Extend the left arm out. Right leg back. Again, we're looking for aligned hips. Woohoo! If you lose your balance, it's fine. Take a breath here. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. The problem with me talking on the last side is that I wasn't counting. So I have no idea how many we did, which means I don't know how many more we have to do here. I'll just do it until it doesn't feel good anymore. Some of you guys are like, this already doesn't feel good. Sorry. Let's do 3 more. Remembering your breath, remembering to smile. I think that was 3. Let's just do 1 more. And hold here on your lift. Exhale. Hands down, knees down. Let's do some more little circles. Okay, we're still on our tabletop. This time we're going to bring let's start with our left. So we're bringing our left leg up, remembering to keep your shoulders over your wrists, knees over your hips. We're bringing our left leg up, a hydrant pose. This is working our hips, our pelvic floor. So we just inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Making sure your core is engaged. You should be feeling this in your arms as well. Remembering your breath. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Last one, lower. Let's rock back and forth a little bit. Open up those shoulders. And repeat on the right side. Lift your right leg up. Inhale it a little higher and begin. Exhale, drop. Inhale, open. Exhale, drop. Inhale, open. Exhale, drop. Inhale, open. I'm warning you now that I'm notoriously bad at keeping track of my counts. Notoriously bad. It's just my way of still resisting math. Just left a trauma in me as a child and I still resist it. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Okay, again, rock back and forth. With your breath, don't hold your breath in these rocking positions. Come back to a tabletop. Okay. Now this side, we're going to do a variation of a side plank that'll be prepping us for our half moon pose that we'll be attempting later today. So kick your right foot back so it's perpendicular to the side of your mat. You're supporting yourself on your right hand and you're lifting your left leg up, okay? Remember, if your shoulder is not over your wrist, you're going to be having some wrist pain. If this is too hard, you can do it on your forearm. I find that's harder actually. So I like to do it on my palm, okay? We're lifting our left leg up, engaging our pelvic floor. Do that squeeze and lift sensation. Our core is engaged as well, and our left arm is up to the sky. And we're just holding here for a moment, working on strengthening and balancing. Working on shaking a little bit. I bet you baby likes this. I think baby says this is fun. 1 more inhale, exhale, whew, hand and knee to the mat. We'll repeat on the left side. So kick your left leg perpendicular to the side of your mat and open up. Remember the lifting, squeezing sensation in our pelvic floor. You're going to thank me for this one day, I promise. Your left arm up in the sky, your right. Your right leg pointed, long and strong. It's kind of like a gross feeling, but also at the same time, it feels delicious. Do y'all agree? It's like gross because I want to get out of it, but I also don't. One more inhale here. Exhale. Oh, shake those hips out. Hip circles, and let's find a child's pose. Those of you with bigger bellies maybe need a pillow or a block under your forehead. Knees wide apart, opening up those hips. We really want to open up our hips throughout this pregnancy. Again, you'll thank me for this later. Breathing in child's pose and just resting here. And something this pregnancy has taught me that I'm really grateful for is just learning how to rest and enjoying stillness. You can comment below if your pregnancy has taught you anything already. I love to hear what all of these lovely magical ladies are learning in this journey. Okay, one more breath in here. And one long exhale out. From child's pose, let's make our way into a downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here. Your palms are firmly planted in the ground. Your fingertips are spread out wide. Oh, this feels so good. Loosen up those hamstrings, that lower back, the calves. That's another thing people may be experiencing in the second trimester is cramping. I have not experienced it yet, but maybe it's coming. So this should help with our cramping. Okay, from downward facing dog, take one more inhale. And on your exhale, walk your feet to the top of the mat. This is where we may start feeling a little bit dizzy. If you feel dizzy, just take a breath, give yourself what you need. Inhale, halfway lift, so hands to shins, hands to knees. Straight spine, 90 degrees with our hips. Hold here for a moment. Exhale, fold forward, hugging the backs of your calves. And for those of us with bigger bellies, maybe later on in our pregnancy, spread your feet wider apart. That'll help you find balance, and that'll help give your belly a little place to fit. So just enjoy this lower back opening. I've started having some lower back pain. My mom had a lot of sciatic issues, so that may be coming up for me. We'll see. But yoga definitely helps with any body pain that we experience in this journey. Okay, on your next inhale, you're going to rise. Whew, arms to the sky. Sorry, the neighbor's mowing his lawn. I hope you can't hear that. And from here, in our Tadasana, I want us to just feel grounded for a moment. Sometimes pregnancy can be a little shaky and can be a little ungrounding. And this is weird that I'm not facing you. Yeah, I'm facing you now. Let's just ground here for a moment. Feel the soles of your feet. My mat is really hot. My foot is burning on this mat. Feel the soles of your feet grounding into the earth. Find some neutrality to your hips, to your pelvic floor. A little tilt forward. Your arms are by your side. Your eyes are closed. Just take a moment here. Okay, and from here we're gonna go into a squat position, a yogi squat, a malasana. So as I burn my feet on this mat, hot, we're going to bring our legs out wide. I've heard two different variations of this. You can either have your feet straight or you can have them at an angle. I'm really sorry for the lawnmower behind us, but this is a really beautiful life lesson that we can't control the outside world. We have to control our inside world. So maybe there's a lawnmower, maybe there's a husband who's not doing what you need him to do. Maybe there's a partner who's not doing what you need them to do. Maybe there's a baby who just won't shut up and go to sleep. You can't control the outside, but you can control the inside. So this lawnmower is a beautiful gift. So feet straight or tilted 45 degrees, okay? And we're just gonna come into a deep, deep squat. This is opening up our pelvis. I'm rocking in it. It feels better for me to rock, but you can stay still. This is opening up our pelvis and our hips. And in this posture, I want you to engage. Look for that squeeze and lift sensation in the pelvic floor. Hold for a few seconds. Exhale, release it. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Engage that pelvic floor. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze and lift. I'm smiling, but this is actually really, really hard for me to do. Squeeze and lift. Exhale, release, hands to the mat. Oh, come up, shake those hips out. We're gonna do that one more time in the sequence. And from here, we'll find a Tadasana. Again, grounding. If your center of gravity is more off than mine, spread your legs out wide. Just ground for a moment. And we're gonna find a tree. Inhale. Stabilizing yourself with your left leg, grounding those 5 toes into the ground. Bring your foot, your right foot to your left ankle, to your left shin, or to your left thigh. Whatever is in your practice. This is working. Again, our legs, our hips, our core. If you're looking for that squeezing and lifting sensation, our pelvic floor, but also our balance. As baby comes, as belly gets bigger, we lose that center of gravity. So this helps us to practice it. Just take another breath here. Exhale. Open up into a warrior two. Y'all really don't know how hot this mat is. This is outrageous. Okay, give me a second. I'm just gonna do this on the grass. Exhale into a warrior two. Looking for an active tension between your legs, as if you're trying to pull them apart. That squeeze and lift in our pelvic floor and our mula bandha. Your core is engaged. Your arms are long and strong. Your breath is ever present, ever mindful. Inhale, reach your right arm forward. Exhale, come back into a reversed warrior. Take one inhale here. Exhale, side angle pose. Making sure to engage both of your legs. Remembering to breathe. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Reverse Trikonasana, reverse triangle. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Pressing that right forearm into your right thigh. Looking up into the sky. And as you press your forearm into your thigh, help that open your chest up a little bit more. Okay, this is where our challenge is coming in. If you have a block, use it. If you have a chair nearby, grab it. If there's a dog, anything. So, from our Trikonasana, slowly bring your left foot in and propel yourself down. So you're standing on your right foot, grounding in, woo, or falling, grounding, spreading those toes out, touching the block, touching the floor. This is that same sensation we looked for in that supported side plank that we did in the warm-up. So strong core, strong leg, strong pelvic floor. Remembering your breath, maybe add a little smile. One more inhale on your exhale. Whew. Come back to your Tadasana, your standing pose. I'm actually just going to excuse this. Perfect. There we go. Okay, Tadasana. Take a moment to ground here. Let's reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hug the backs of your calves. Look between your legs. Say hi to the belly. On your inhale, come into a chair. Sit your hips down. So, variations here for chair. If we're having trouble with balance, you can spread your feet further apart. If you want a more traditional chair, your feet come closer together. If you have a block, squeeze it between your legs. If not, imagine there's a block. Imagine you're sending baby to the back of your spine as you tilt your pelvis and your hips forward. So baby is hugging the back of your spine. Pelvis is tilting forward. Weight is in our heels. If you have tingling in your arms, feel free to gracefully move them around, do whatever you want. Take another breath here. Exhale, forward fold, wiggle out the hips. The legs, and the hips, wiggle it all out, wiggle it all out. Okay, and we're gonna repeat on the next side. Take a moment. I'm turning back around so that you can see me from the side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, Utthita Tadasana, extended mountain. Exhale, swan dive down. Find your Adho Mukha Svanasana, your downward facing dog. Pedal out the hips. Pedal out the legs and feet. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you all also have pregnancy brain. That way I don't feel as judged when my brain farts. Take a breath here. One long inhale. On your next exhale, I want it to be an audible, just yummy release of everything. Long inhale and exhale. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Whew. Exhale. Hands to your side. We're going to ground here again. Because if you're like I am, you're a little bit lightheaded right now. Just grounding. Listening to the lawnmower. Now, root your right foot into the mat. On your inhale, bring your left foot to your right ankle, right calf, or right inner thigh. Hands can be either at your side as we did last time or at your heart center. If they're at your heart center, I want them pressing firmly against each other. If your foot is on your thigh, I want your foot and your thigh actively pressing against each other too. If at any point this is too hard or you find yourself losing your balance, go ahead and bring it down to your ankle or just find your standing Tadasana. Remembering your breath, remembering your smile. One more breath. On your exhale, release. Bring your legs out wide. Toes at 45 degrees or straight. And rock down into your Malasana, your yogi squat. Oop. Pressing your knees with your elbows. And we're going to go for that squeeze and lift sensation in the pelvic floor. So inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Smile because I know this hurts. Hold. Exhale, release, hands on the mat. Oh, find a forward fold here. Bend one knee, then the other. Opening up those hips. Finding some release from the tension we just created. Okay. And we'll do another Tadasana sequence here. Spread your legs out wide. Inhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, Utthita Tadasana. Exhale, Tadasana. I kind of messed that one up. We did the tree before. We did the tree before the yogi squat last time. It's okay, doesn't matter. So we're gonna do a warrior two. This time with your left leg. Bring your left knee over your left ankle. Your right leg, knife blade of the outside of your foot. Words, they're so hard. Is pressing firmly on the ground, and there's a tension between your feet. Active legs, active pelvic floor, active core. Arms long and strong. Inhale, reach your left arm forward. Exhale, reverse warrior. One more inhale. On your exhale, side angle pose. On your inhale, find reverse trikonasana, reverse triangle, extend the front leg. Your legs are still active and strong. Exhale, trikonasana, pressing the left forearm against the left inner thigh, using that to help you open your chest more to the sky. And from here, our favorite, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. One more inhale. On your exhale, propel yourself into your half moon. I'm doing this on a downhill slant. That's really cool. So strong left leg, grounded, rooted into the mat. Whoopsies. And exhale. Come back to stand. Find your Tadasana. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Remember, actively pressing your legs against each other. Or not against each other, imaginarily pressing your legs against each other, I guess I should say. Hugging baby to spine, tilting your hips forward, shoulders down. Inhale, lift up, Tadasana. Let's shake out our legs a little bit. We have one tiny more challenge before we're gonna hit our finishing postures. I'm really just using this as an excuse to catch my breath. Okay, so legs out wide, feet 45 degrees. Bring your arms up to the sky. Have your palms meet at the center. Bring them down to your chest and come into a goddess pose. If you hadn't already guessed it, we're squeezing and lifting the pelvic floor, engaging our core, pressing firmly against our hands. Our knees are pulling out as we're hugging baby to the spine. One more breath here. Inhale, extend, exhale, straddle, fold. Clasp your hands behind your back. Oh, that feels so good. And pull them so that they're facing or pulling towards your head. You'll feel a tremendous stretch in your chest, in your triceps, and your biceps. Remembering to breathe. From here, release your hands and work on your Skandasana. I like to support my Skandasana with my hands on the ground. For those of you new to Skandasana, we're doing kind of like a low side lunge, lifting our extended legs foot up off the ground as we do this. This is working on opening our hips, working our pelvic floor. I told you I'm obsessed with it. Last one. And find a seat. Oh, just come to your breath for a moment. Bring the soles of your feet together. Find a butterfly. Grab your ankles and pull your chest up to the sky. Exhale. Either grabbing your ankles or hugging your toes. Fold forward at your hips, just for a brief moment. Inhale, rise. Lay on your backs for happy baby. I'm really going to regret doing this on the grass. Promise. I'm going to be so itchy after this. So happy baby, lay on your spine. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Your elbows are pressing against the insides of your knees. You can open one leg as you fold the other, or you can just stay here. This is actually relaxing our pelvic floor. Oh, when you're ready, roll out of happy baby. Actually, don't roll out of happy baby. Release your happy baby and lay on the ground for a Savasana. And I'm going to cut this video short so as to not disturb your Savasana. But while you're in Savasana, just come to your normal breath. Feel whatever your body is feeling. Are there any new sensations in your muscles, in your limbs? Do you feel better? Do you feel worse? How does baby feel? And just lay here for as long as you want. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Enjoying the silence, the stillness. Remembering that once you come out of Savasana, to comment and like and subscribe so that you can get more content. Thank you for joining in this practice. Namaste.